For those that are viewing, welcome to another edition of the LJ's Lounge podcast. Your host, Kenneth Jackson. Another special day. It has been literally 9 weeks, just over 2 months since got the keys on March 20th. So much has happened during that time frame. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to sit down again with the partner in the bench at the Circle of Orange that we talked about, the activation moment where this kind of all jumped off. Even though it's been sitting in my dome for multiple decades, the activation point took place a couple years ago and it's been rolling. Mr. Ramsey Alexander, principal investor, CFO, and little brother, little big brother.
No doubt.
So with all that title and everything that's been going on, I've been here day to day in the trenches, striving to hold myself accountable to a very high standard as it relates to communication. I think it's safe to say we talk pretty much daily, weekends, weekdays, evenings, mornings, and everything in between. But what part of this process up to this point, sitting here looking, the conversations, what would you share as far as something that you're very impressed about, you're excited as it relates to the progress that is taking place as we prepare to open?
Yeah, I would start with just that, bro, the progress. Yeah, you know, you've been laser focused since you've been in here. Every time I come back, there's something new that has been added or done that wasn't done before. I think even one of the investors in the investment group said that they get more information, more detailed information from you on the daily progress or monthly progress or weekly, progress than they get from their work on progress from work, things like that. So no, I'm definitely the progress that you do and just the laser focus that you kind of operate with kind of makes me feel a lot happier. I'll put it to you that way, bro, because, you know, at the end of the day, like you said, principal investor, that means money. And if money goes out, you want to make sure it's being handled. So, yeah, that would probably be my biggest thing, is that there's always something new when we come back.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cool. So I know this has been quite the journey for you. I affectionately refer to you as the mayor. It's your personality. You are the man of the people. I would love to hear from you, like, what has happened or what have you experienced as we begun to launch this and the social media and all the other things. What has changed, or what is that pervasive theme or the text message conversation? What's that buzz been like for you personally?
Yeah, man, the buzz has been, honestly, man, I had a text message yesterday from a buddy saying he wants to bring his LA folks out here. Are you guys open yet? I keep multiple Instagram messages, messenger messages, text messages. You know, everyone, honestly, the buzz is real. Yeah, and like you're probably getting a lot of people who want to know where we are in the process, and I think they love all the little videos that we continuously put out to give kind of an inside look at things. My actual sister was telling me, which I thought was pretty unique. She said she liked the video of you with your mom and everybody in the kitchen. She said that's real intimate to be able to see kind of a behind the scenes that, you know, most places don't. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know, I said, well, first off, Kenny's a mama's boy. He will tell you. It's neither here nor there. So, but yeah, man, it's just been just today at the gym, a guy literally walked across, said, hey, man, is your restaurant open yet? And I'm like, I said, hopefully in 3 weeks. So that's what we're aiming for, 3.5 weeks. And it's like, you just got to let us know. And everyone at the gym now who I've kind of let know what's going on, they're all. And so, yeah, man, it's kind of one of those things, man, where, you know, if things work out the way we expect them to, we're going to be up to our ears in some stuff, because everybody just wants to be a part of what what's going on. They've seen, videos of the place to see the inside of it. They've seen the new decorations. Some people knew what the old place looked like before. So as soon as I show them, they're like, "Oh, I remember. I used to party there, etc." So no, the buzz is real, bro, and it's coming from every angle right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dig a little deeper on that question, because as I asked it, you got those dimples perked up, and there was like a little twinkle in your eye. That buzz, how does it make you feel?
Well, look, the bottom line is, first off, I get those dimples from my granny. Let's start there. She used to always tell me that when I was a kid. You make sure you tell them you get those from granny. Yeah, man. I mean, look, it feels like, one, we're doing something, number one. Two, we got people fired up about it, but the beauty is we're not talking about going to, hey, let's go to so-and-so tonight, and go hang out with our friends. It's like, yo, this is ours. You know what I mean? And honestly, I'm, still sitting here, trying to wrap my head around the whole concept of Ram. You're going to own a piece of a business that's literally about to launch pretty soon. So, yeah, I mean, I'm fired up. I'm trying to figure out, what would days look like when I'm in here, because that's the part I don't really, I'm like, I want to walk around and say hello to everybody, etc. But then you're like, do you want to interrupt people while they're eating if somebody's performing? So I'm sitting here trying to just say to myself, well, yeah, I was thinking maybe I'll just be the hostess. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way that when this launches and everything is moving, what is it going to look like? Success is what I know, but I mean, I'm just looking at the day-to-day of how I'm going to interact with folks and whatnot, and people who are waiting to come here and whatnot. But yeah, man, it's becoming real.
Cool.
It's becoming real, bro.
Cool. Is there in this process, and we've talked about a myriad of things, from liquor licenses to commercial leases, operating agreements, ordering food.
Lord have mercy.
Right? Ordering food, ordering furniture.
Yeah.
Okay, Ramsey, hey, we're getting low on funds. We've talked about, a myriad of things. Is there 1, 2, or whatever number that is there something you're like, that's a good nugget, that's a lesson that I had not thought about, or something like, wow, I didn't think about that one? Is there any nuggets that jump out at you?
Man, I think all of them are nuggets, bro, to be honest with you, because you got to remember, like, even for you, I mean, I know you're, a little bit more well-versed in the business part of this, so you kind of know what needs to be done from a structural and operating perspective. But for me, just to sit and listen to a lot of these things and hear words I've never heard before, or words that I may have heard but never really dug into, and all of a sudden we're talking about things on the daily that I've never spoken about before, is to jump into a whole new arena. Yeah, man, it's all crazy when you think about it. So yeah, I'm at the point that, everything we do and everything that we talk about is like, and I'm just filing stuff away. And then when I start looking at paperwork that's coming over to me, and I'm sitting here saying, how did I get here? Like, how did we get here? Like, we were doing this one minute, and all of a sudden it's real grown up stuff now. Yeah. So yeah, man, I listen, I'm fired up about it. That's really all it comes down to. So yeah, fired up.
I want to piggyback on that and take a moment to share. It is definitely, I tell people the best way I can describe it from my own corporate career is going from the call center basically to a boardroom, right? And everything in between. And for me as well, a lot of terms I heard, but it's really different when it's your finances, it's your signature, it's your bottom line. It's you. I've signed many contracts before in my corporate career.
Not pertaining to you.
Hey, but when the word PG, and we're not talking point guard people. We love hooping, and we used to hoop. When you're talking point guard, we're talking about personal guarantee.
Absolutely.
When I got to sign something and, hey, you're the personal guarantee, it hits way different.
You're absolutely right.
It hits way different. So it's where also it's challenged me that, hey, remember why I'm doing this. And I'm doing this candidly. Do I want to earn a living and do something for a legacy for my kids? 100%. Yeah. But really, at the essence of this, it's impact and changing lives. Okay. And so when I have, Our boy Thaddeus is in here working.
Yeah.
We had Gianni come in, and she's one of the first bartenders. We talk about Chef Justin and how it's crazy to me. And Divine, he lived in L.A. He's in here. The opportunity to impact people's lives, and I'm going to say it in the comments, let them fly in, particularly impact the lives of people of color.
Sure.
I can't express
No doubt.
the amount of adrenaline and sense of purpose that runs through my veins of like, hey, look, you got to stay after it, because this is not just about me. This is people's lives, right? And then you look at the people on the wall, the Martins, the John Lewises, the Rosas,
Right.
The Harriets, and the others that we put on the wall, and not to mention the musical icons. It's like they all had to lean into that talent, lean into that purpose, and it wasn't easy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, just seeing the Michael movie, and I know there's debates on both sides of
Yeah.
what was included, who participated, but at the end of the day, he had a gift, and he felt a responsibility, and he ran with it. And that's the same feeling that I have, is like, we have a gift.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about this place is a
No
gift.
question.
And then I have, with that gift comes the responsibility.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate the fact that, many people don't realize, I think, that about me, that, hey, this is a gift and responsibility, and you share that same sense of purpose. It means a lot to me.
No question, bro. Yeah, no question. Absolutely. No, like I said, you've talked about it for a long time. It's finally come up where we can make it happen, and I want to say the perfect opportunity kind of came together, and it's one of those you can't deny. It's like you have to, you got to go after it at this point. And
If we told people
no, yeah,
the terms,
absolutely,
and how doors open, doors close,
absolutely,
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
No,
It's
I
not
agree
even
with
Sunday.
you.
Don't even start it.
I agree with you.
Anything you want? I know we want to be kind of natural, organic, but questions for me. I'll flip the script.
Absolutely, yeah. So I know we were talking a little bit earlier, and we're talking about being thankful. And so I wanted to hear from you as far as what specifically that you've been thankful for, just as you go through this situation and realize kind of where we are in this process.
Yeah. I'll never forget being asked the question, what scares you most about this process? Because I've been talking about this for a minute, and I was having a conversation. I was just finished DJing at Hotel Laguna, and was kicking it, and was asked the question, hey, what scares you most about doing this your own? And without hesitation, I said, the people.
Yeah.
Without hesitation.
Sure.
You can have the best dream, but if you don't have the right people, the right team, the right belief,
No doubt.
you can pack it up. You and I both love sports,
Yeah.
right? You could have the best playbook, but if you don't have the right talent on the team, that play ain't getting executed, bro.
No question.
It ain't getting executed.
Yeah.
And so in this venture, the thing that has, I won't say necessarily, well, maybe I can't say kept me up at night. The thing that I've been most focused on and most reliant on and most intentional about is I got to get the right team. So I am super thankful, extremely thankful that, I think about you pretty much every day of how we linked up, and you've been a good rock, a good sounding board, and you understand me, I understand you, and so that partnership. So I'm thankful for you.
No doubt.
There's 9 other people that chose to participate in this. They seen the vision. I'm thankful for them. I'm really thankful for the team that has come in. The amount of people that have expressed interest in participating in this, it's very humbling. And there's the Indeeds and there's the Craigslist and put some stuff out, but there's just those unique set of people that they see it, they feel it, particularly from our community, that they're all in. So I am thankful for the opportunity, as you said, the perfect opportunity and the timing. But I'm really thankful it's about people, and we're going to be successful because of the people that we have. So appreciate the question, but
Yeah.
I'm thankful for people. Without it, it doesn't.
And
it
I can
makes the world
tell.
around.
I can tell by the people that we have. I mean, look, you ain't gonna have no fuddy-duddies around us. You're gonna have some real folks who understand their role and make sure. Like I said, man, you're gonna invest with somebody. You better make sure it's somebody who's able to do all the things you can't do and don't want to do and make sure that they get it done. So it's almost like I'm hiring you in a sense to do what needs to be done when you really think about it, you know? Let me ask you this, though. I know you're here daily, and you're kind of going through the grind. What's got you really fired up right now as you go through this process?
Yeah, I'm gonna go inward and outward. Inward, what I'm fired up about is you can have your self-doubt, you can have your questions. The volume of things that come my way in a day, it's humbling. And so I think I'll beat myself up, like, hey, did I get, the team asked me to get this, and and I didn't get around to it, or hey, did I hit payroll, or whatever the case may be. So I think inwardly staying resilient is what I'm really enjoying that. Proud of myself. Don't chase perfection, chase excellence. No doubt. So every day I'm chasing excellence. So I feel good about that. On the flip side, watching the team embrace one another, support one another, and I'll throw it out there. I'm gonna point out Monty. Monty's got a huge heart, and so he's gotta run the dining room and execute the experience. But he doesn't limit himself in the sense of, I love watching him. He's like, hey, chef needs this. Hey, I think we need this in the kitchen. Hey, have you thought about this? Hey, I think this for the podcast. So he's letting himself be open to, and just, regardless of my reaction, right, watching him grow and blossom. I've been with Chef for about a month now, and watching him evolve, get more comfortable, understand my unique personality, my expectations. So just watching people grow, watching people just willingly volunteer. I'll talk about Kyle. Watching his ownership and watching his commitment to being on top of it, to excellence, sharing his thoughts, whether we execute it or not. So to me, as a leader, when you watch people invest of themselves and when they care, it's all that matters.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. As you go through this process, what have you learned so far in building that you believe will make LJ's even stronger as we go?
Continue to authentically be myself.
No doubt.
And you know how I feel about not having a potty mouth, and my love for the Lord and being a Jesus freak, but I'm going to say it, and not giving a damn about what someone else thinks.
No doubt. Absolutely.
So
those are the only kind of friends I like, to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I'm the only kind of friends I like. And that, regardless of whatever your conviction is, it don't matter. As long as that's who you are, then that's who you are.
Yeah. And still doing that with a sense of ethics and morality, because there's some people, they're good with who they are, but they're flipping rotten to the core.
There's no question.
And we won't get political, right? Well, I'll stop right there. So my point is being myself, knowing that my intent, of course, is to do the right thing, right? Question. So I think really leaning into who I am. I think I was sitting here and I was having a conversation with either the team, might have been Cheryl, but I was just sitting here just talking about, I'm in my lane. Yeah. When I'm here at LJ's, I am in my lane. And I'm actually afraid for anyone that tries to get in my way to stop me from being in my lane. That's a bad move.
I've seen you upset on the basketball court. It's pretty interesting. Let me ask you this: how do you see kind of this weekly programming and overall experience kind of set it apart from other restaurants and what they're doing? And don't give up too much sauce, because we don't want them knowing all how the sausage is made. Well, they're gonna figure it out at some point, but we want to do things a little differently, and I want you to kind of explain kind of what you see.
Why don't we alternate back and forth kind of each day, and we'll kind of talk through it. Or I'll comment on the day and let you add in.
Sure.
So there's a lot of things that's going to make LJ's different.
Yeah.
It's going to be this. I can see it. I've always been able to see it. But imagine this hub. And so to me, each day needs to have its own identity to run with.
Sure.
So Mondays, we're actually doing it right now.
Yeah.
I've always thought, how do we give back to the community? And how do we not just be, we're selling burgers, we're selling food, we're selling chicken, whatever. No. Who are we about?
Absolutely.
So Mondays, we'll have a prefix menu because I know Chef wants a break.
Yeah.
I'm already driving him crazy after a month. But on Mondays, I want to do something giving back, and we'll do a podcast.
Okay.
So we'll have a prefix menu, but we'll have people live here in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Right? They can order, come in after work, but we'll talk about and we'll publish a topic. So, the first Monday of the month might be health and wellness. The second Monday of the month, it might be financial literacy. The third might be philanthropy. The fourth might be entrepreneurship. Whatever that cadence is, how do we start to give a platform to others that can benefit the people we're serving? So I'm super excited about Monday being that opportunity to be, Mental Mondays or, Monday Motivation, whatever that nomiker or whatever that name is, that we'll do a podcast. And it's so dope. Every time I mention that, someone's like, I never thought a restaurant. I never thought of that. So I'm excited about Mondays.
That's interesting too, because I have a few folks with different angles that would like to be sitting up on this stage talking about certain things, which I think is going to be dope. And then the idea that you have a small studio audience of people who wants to sit in and listen to a particular topic, things of that nature, that's dope, man. So no, I think Mondays are going to be real interesting. Okay, so that's Monday. Let's run through the rest of the week. What is Tuesday looking like?
All right, so Tuesday, we stumbled upon two talented singers. Some people
seen them,
right?
Yeah.
So we had Dari and we had Ashley.
Yeah.
They're going to come back and do another little sound check.
Okay.
Kyle did a fantastic job, and shout out to Dallas and Nick, boys Dallas and Nick on the sound and the video tip. Love them. What's up? So they stumbled upon us through social media, said they want to be involved. So I'm like, come on down.
Sure.
So Kyle set up the stuff. We had Nick and Dallas here. We just had a jam session. We're going to do it again.
Yeah.
So Tuesday is about how do we, again, we're sharing our platform. We're going to do Talented Tuesdays. Okay. So local talent.
Sure.
So folks like that, DM us, reach out to us. Kyle and I will help coordinate things. They'll come in, they'll sing, play through the house system.
Yeah.
So we want to give them that platform. I also think it would be dope to partner with a high school like OSHA.
Sure.
So partner with OSHA, their students or OCC or whomever, but partner with organizations. Come up here, Talented Tuesday. And then later in the night on Tuesday, we'll do that, let's call it from 6 to 9. And then later in the night, as owners in this space, I think it's important for us to give back. So we're going to do industry night every Tuesday night, which will be nuts. So I'll bring in a DJ, play some cool, fun, sing-along throwbacks, whether it's 70s, 80s, 90s, but play some fun stuff. So this can be a place where all servers, bartenders, bar backs, whatever, they can come to LJ's, kick it, get a soulful twist on it, right? Get a soulful twist and hang out. So Talented Tuesday and then industry night on Tuesday.
So will the performers who come in, you'll be promoting for them, and then they're also going to obviously be responsible for bringing their following here as well?
They can.
Yeah.
They can. I think Dallas, one of our sound guys, used to be a teacher at OSHA. Okay. So I think all of us will sit down. I think getting investor input, Kyle from a marketing digital input. I think we talk through that, because if someone doesn't have a following, doesn't mean that they can't perform.
Of course.
What I do want to be careful of in my mind is it's not so much about trying to get big local bands, because we're not that large of a footprint.
Yeah.
So I really want to help the up and coming.
Absolutely.
Is mine. Like, how do we give back in the up and coming?
Both the girls I heard, they were pretty soulful.
They were.
I liked them. I liked them a lot. I can just see a room full of people here, and these girls sitting there here jamming on stage. Yeah.
Ram, it was super special. Ashley, the young Hispanic singer, took her in, like, in the in the women's restroom to see the pictures and that, and then walking through the space, like, welled up with tears. She's like, "This is dope." Like, she was fired up.
That's
and
dope.
then you heard her, and then she said, "I want to sing James Brown. This is a man's world." I was like, "What are we doing here?"
Yeah. You're like, you must have not got the memo.
She
She
invited to the barbecue though.
Absolutely. Okay. Perfect. All right. So that's Monday, Tuesday. Okay. Let's talk Wednesday.
So super excited for Wednesday. This is Monty's day. Okay. Monty, people don't know, Monty is on top of his wine game. Used to be a sommelier. Brought him down from Napa, Sacramento. So it'll be Wine Wednesdays. So we'll feature wine specials. We'll make sure we partner with some of our vendors to focus on different wineries. We definitely want to lean toward ethnicity whenever possible.
Yeah.
So, for instance, Brown, and I might butcher this, and Monty will correct me on an upcoming podcast, but Brown is a predominantly black, if not all black, owned winery.
Okay.
So they will kind of partner with us. So we just want to make sure we showcase different things. Might be all female,
Sure.
might be from Mexico.
Yeah.
But we want to showcase ethnicity and just do things a little bit differently, because the world sounds redundant, and the world, there's so much global value and outside of the U.S. and outside
Yeah.
the traditional places. How do we showcase those?
And mainstream is always just this highway of just everything, and nobody's really paying attention to these little smaller things off to the side. We're just passing it by. So,
And LJ's is not about any of that.
Absolutely.
We want to be, to your point, off the beaten path.
no dope. All right, cool.
100%.
Okay.
And then we go from Wine Wednesdays, and then you have a couple of cocktails, you get a little liquid courage for some. We don't drink, but
Right.
so we've heard.
Right.
But then later in the evening, it becomes Windpipe Wednesdays, and we'll do some karaoke.
Oh boy. Well, you ain't getting me up here, so that's you don't have to worry about that. But okay, cool. So Wine Wednesdays, and you have a time frame that works, kind of an after work thing.
It will. It will. So I'm thinking wine specials early, and,
Yeah.
and quite honestly, wine play, they can blend
Sure.
in between the two, right? They can blend between the
Well,
two.
once you have a couple glasses of wine, anything is possible. So
Straight
yeah,
up.
so
And we have wine on tap. We got wine on tap.
There you
Remember,
go.
we got wine on tap.
all right, perfect. Okay, so there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now Thursday.
You sound like Alexander O'Neill.
Absolutely. Saturday love. Okay.
Okay. We get there though.
Yeah. Okay. We're at Thursday now.
Yes,
what do you
sir.
got going?
Oh, I'm gonna let you talk about it. I'm gonna flip
Okay.
it to you. It's gonna be the link up.
That's right. That's
What's
right.
the link up?
Yeah. So we did that one over the summer last year, almost to the date, right? Almost to the date last year.
Boom.
Early May, I want to say maybe like 3 weeks ago, we first started it, and it was a professional kind of after work kind of get together. People come out, sit down, mingle and whatnot. Business professionals. That was a good setup. Hopefully now we can get more men, because remember we had too many women.
Now that link up then went to the personal side.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. So, but no, the link up was dope, man. A lot of people looked forward to it. And I like to call it, even though it's a Thursday, I like to call it Friday Eve. You know, it's always been my favorite word, Friday Eve,
well said.
which is a good day for people to kind of get out prior to the weekend and kind of get their weekend set up. And Thursday is always a good day prior to a Friday, which everyone is probably tired or doing something after work, and then you don't want to dig into their Saturdays and or their Sundays. So Friday Eve. So yeah, the link up will go down, and really just have the ability for people come down, mix and mingle, talk, exchange business cards, phone numbers, do whatever. But really just a place for people to just come out and kick it and kind of talk a little, right?
I love it. You nailed it. Well
cool
done.
deal. Tell me about Friday.
So Friday, you talked about Friday Eve or Thursday. I think Friday we start ushering in the weekend. I don't think we need to work, quote unquote, too hard on a definition, but the thing that just resonates and sticks out to me is it's just gonna be Funky Friday.
No
we're
doubt.
We're gonna get the weekend started.
Yeah.
I think we look and see, again, we have a smaller stage footprint, but we have great infrastructure. So whether that's a DJ playing some funky cuts, or we get a small little funk band in
Sure.
here, So Funky Fridays kind of get it cracking.
Gotcha.
And I think that with our capacity inside of about 75 to 80 people, and the capacity in the patio about 40, and us being on an open table,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a hard spot to grab.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. So that's Friday. Talk to me about Saturday.
Ooh.
Talk to me about Saturday.
So you mentioned it with the link up in Laguna, and then we talked about it, how we've on this journey. The weekends are going to be ridiculous, and Saturday leads into Sunday, but we finally have our own home on Saturdays for Soul to Soul.
That's wild, yo.
Talk about what I'm not going to, you talk about, we will get to have Soul to Soul
Yeah.
in our own spot. You talk about Soul to Soul.
I mean, it was a great concept that we had come up with, and it's funny because I don't know if I told you this story. I went to a buddy's birthday party, and Teo, is that what it's called? out in Hollywood?
Tao.
And I went to the birthday party, and we're sitting there, and I'm sitting with I know him. I've met his mom before, but there's 6 other people I've never met before. And I just happened to ask, my buddy, what do you got going on this weekend? And he says, I don't know. And then I happened to be talking with the girls who were at the table. And I'm like, what do you guys got going on this weekend? And they're like, well, and she pulls out her phone and she says, well, I'm thinking about going to this R&B brunch. And then she looks and she goes, wait, is that you? It was a little commercial we did. So she's literally asking me if she was going to, I'm asking her, she's saying she's going to go to this thing and then realizes that she's looking at it. That was me and you in the promo that we did for, which was pretty cool. But, yeah, man, we put that together. Didn't really know what to think. And I mean, we knew it was a concept and we knew we could prove it was a concept, but we put it together. Next thing you know, we are booked and, all of a sudden, videos. We're putting out videos every other weekend or every weekend of that, and everyone's like, where's this at? Where are you guys doing this at? This, that, and the other. And so, I mean, no, it was chaotic. It was controlled, good chaotic, but it was an awesome vibe, bro. Just to be able to sit down and then people start getting up and want to jam, bro. And yeah, so we're on Saturdays. We'll have it'll be more of the traditional brunch where we'll do kind of a select menu type of thing.
No, Chef Justin he's down. We'll offer our typical menu.
Sure.
And candidly, before, because we were operating in someone else's footprint,
yeah,
we were going, hey, you guys can come from 12 to 4, 2
yeah,
to the end. Sometimes, remember, we had 2 sessions.
Sure.
Hey, I think we were doing
we
like 11
had 3.
to 2. We did first week.
That was tough.
Hey, we only did it 1 week.
That was tough.
Do that again. That's that Toyota, we call that Kaizen.
Yeah.
Continuous improvement, where you have that immediate conversation.
Yeah, we figured it out real quick.
Real quick. I'll get to Clear. Clear speaks to that.
Okay.
But for Soul to Soul, on Saturdays and Sundays, it'll be the old school hip hop R&B brunch. Definitely will do a DJ because flying through that recorded music, going around, jumping from genre to genre, easier in my opinion. So no, Soul to Soul, we'll do it. They have to go on open table and book.
Sure.
We'll talk through, hey, what are we going to do from a time limitation?
Yeah.
Likely reservations will be 2 hours, so we can turn the table. We'll work through that. Yeah. A little bit TBD, but Soul to Soul has its own home.
No question. That's dope. And then that'll be the same thing for Sunday, you're thinking as well?
Yeah, well said. So Sunday, we'll flip the script a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll kick off the early part of the day with a little bit of gospel, a little bit of soul, a little bit of jazz.
Right.
So for the mature folk, mature folk.
The ones that get up early and ready to do something early in the afternoon and go home and go to sleep later.
Calling it a day, right?
Absolutely.
Right? They might be, before, Kyle brings us in. So, whether that's, they want to grab something to eat before church, they want to come here after church. So we want to make sure we, take that opportunity to express that gratitude. But we'll do that early. But then what I'm excited about, I love me some reggae, so we'll kick it off with a little bit of gospel, jazz, soul. And then as we hit the afternoon, we're going to hit that reggae island vibes right here on the way to the beach. So all afternoon and evening, we'll get into some reggae, some dance hall, some Afro beats. Yeah. Likely we'll have some performers, it'll be some smaller groups. But Sunday weekends here are going to be ridiculous. It's going to be a hard spot to get.
Perfect.
Hard spot to get. And that wraps up the week.
Yeah.
Now you can do your Sherelle Alexander then.
That's right. Yeah. No. All right. Well, cool. Yeah. So I'm actually glad we had a chance to break down the days because, it's one thing for people to probably go on somewhere and look at it if it's somewhere to be printed. But I think if we talk about it and elaborate on it a little bit more, makes it a little bit easier to understand and a little bit more consumable for folks. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm like I said, man, I'm fired up. I can't wait. And I mean, at this point, we're just waiting for the word, right? Yes. We're waiting for the word, get the word, and we're off and running.
Yeah. So I'll give everyone a kind of an update of where we sit from an LJ's perspective. So LJ's Lounge opening. So where we sit currently, as it sits today, May 27th.
Yep.
We are good from the health department perspective.
Yep.
Check.
Yep.
We are good for the fire department. The one last item with the fire department is getting our drapes.
Yep. Getting them
treated,
retardants.
Fire retardant.
Yep.
But other than that, fire department, check. And then one of the key items, as you can imagine, in this endeavor is a liquor license. And so without getting our tea out too much, basically we are firmly in that process of getting a liquor license transfer. Our application is in the process of being submitted, and we anticipate within, as you mentioned earlier, within just a couple weeks that we'll be ready for a soft opening. So they need to stay tuned. We'll come live on Open Table, probably, let's call it a week to 10 days, and start booking some reservations out there once we get a little things a bit more solidified. But they better keep calling, keep following on the website, follow the social media, and we are coming.
2 quick things before we get out of here. Talk with me really quick about soft opening, grand opening, because I'm getting a lot of questions from people about, grand opening. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, capacity can only be, what is that?
$125.
125 total. So do you realistically see, I got friends who want to fly down. I'm like, yo, slow down. Don't fly. I said, because, maybe you come down on another weekend, but let's not. So tell me what your thoughts are and what you see for a grand opening.
Yeah, so I'm going to say a couple of things. As a leader, I'm going to call it irresponsible or short-sighted, and the team has given me the feedback as well. What we will do is we will first do some soft opening activities. We're going to even start a very small one, I think even later this week, because my mom's coming into town for a second round to work with the chef. So we will do some soft opening activities as we lead up to a grand opening, meaning we'll bring in a reduced amount of people, so 20, 25 people. Hey, we're going to cook these dishes. Let us know your thoughts. What's going with that? That gives, the kitchen an opportunity to get consumer feedback. Also lets the service team go through those motions, work out, we have this tray over here. We did this. We put this in the system.
Yeah.
So start working out those kinks. So we are literally, employee training starts Monday, June 1st. Gotcha. Monday, June 1st, employee training begins. In concert with that, we're now going to start doing some soft opening and rehearsal activities, some private, and then as we get the liquor license approval, consumer-facing, soft opening activities. Grand opening, need to go through that process where I want to make sure you and all, if not predominantly, all of the investors are available. Also make sure that, hey, are there any dignitaries that we want in participation?
Sure.
We'll see. That one's not, I'm not necessarily losing sleep over that one. It would be nice to do, not a requirement. So I think once we have the green lights, we're checked off all the boxes, we can open, we can serve and sell alcohol, because right now we theoretically can serve it.
Sure.
We cannot sell it. So once we have all of our boxes checked, I think the grand opening really will be more of a mixer, not a grand opening in the sense traditional where people will sit down and eat.
Sure.
I think to accommodate the larger volumes and standing room capacity, come out, would love for the investors to be standing there. The one thing I do envision is giving my mom those scissors to cut a purple ribbon.
That's my next question I was going to ask you. Is there going to be a ribbon cutting ceremony?
Cut the ribbon. So give my mom some scissors, get a big purple ribbon, let her cut that. I think take a piece of that. You were talking about memorial.
Of course.
So I think take a piece of that ribbon. All the investors maybe sign it. We frame a piece of the ribbon, put it up on the wall, purple ribbon. So those are the things that we will do of that nature.
Okay. And last question. Talk to me real quick about event bookings, because that's being a lot of questions about event bookings and kind of what we're doing and how it's going to work, et cetera. But right now, people are, if they want to, they go into the LJ's website and kind of contact you and Cheryl on the back end, correct, in order to look at available dates, et cetera. And can you speak on that real quick?
I absolutely can. So we are, again, working with Open Table so that we can, for general folks that want to book and reserve, what we will do for events. And so people know, there's already a dozen events that have been inquired about already, and we've not asked for one yet. So there's already some sororities, fraternities, different wine groups, and et cetera, birthday parties, graduation parties. So what I would suggest is to email, and hopefully Kyle can throw this on maybe on the ticker tape on this, but events@ljslounge.com. Okay. Events@ljslounge.com. Email all the information. they can go on the website. They can inquire.
Yeah.
They can call the restaurant and inquire. They can also email kj@ljslounge.com. That would be me,
Yeah.
kj@ljslounge.com. But email us, and then we'll go from there. Kyle, who is helping to handle our digital footprint, we will have a space on the website for people to inquire for group events.
Gotcha.
And then there's a process that we've already started talking about in-house. People that in the industry know, a BEO, banquet event order.
Yeah.
We'll go through that process and make sure. But the website, once we're ready, they can absolutely get that information or calling as well.
Perfect. Sweet, man. I'm ready to get after it, bro. I'm tired of talking about it at this point.
You want to be about it.
Let's be about it.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
So what I want to say, thank you to you for the partnership, the brotherhood. It's pretty cool, and I consider it a deep blessing to do life and be at this point. Like, I don't want to say I couldn't. It's one thing to envision something.
Sure.
Because it was always in the vision. But it's just such a sweet thing when the vision is becoming a reality. And so to experience this, I tell people all the time, and I said it to my mom, and she was sitting in that chair or vice versa. Candidly, for me, I feel like I already won.
Yeah.
I've already won. Because so many people are afraid to chase their dreams and go after it.
Yeah.
Or they're limited. And candidly, some people don't have that opportunity for a variety of reasons.
No doubt.
But I already feel like I've won. You know what I mean? So that feels good. So I want to thank you for the belief. To the other investors, I want to thank you as well, and the partners. So let me think about this. We got LeBron, we got Lusky, we got Michael Moore, we got Bonaire, we got Marcus Williams, we got Derek Clemens, we got Monty, and I believe we have Charles. I think I nailed them. Did I miss anyone? Did I miss anyone?
And then me and you, I think.
Yeah, well, you're right. Boom, boom. Right?
There you go.
Right?
No
if
doubt.
I miss someone, no, I got to do that again. Me, so it's me, you, LeBron, Bonaire, Michael Moore. I'm forgetting someone. Jara.
There you go.
Jara. I knew I was like, that don't feel good. Jara.
Lusky.
Derek Clemens. I got Lusky.
Yep.
Derek Clemens, Monty, Marcus Williams, and Charles. There we go. I was like, someone's missing.
Yeah.
I didn't forget you, Jara. We didn't forget you.
No doubt
So
about it.
want to thank the investors. Y'all, LJ's Lounge is coming. We doing this, and we ain't playing around.
Ain't
And this
messing
is location number 1. Let's go.
Let's do it, brother.
Appreciate you.
Let's do it. Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.